Here's Cairo Santos now ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. This is fielded at the goal line. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Here's Foles. And his first look is incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. The first carry for Josh Adams. Just a gain of a yard there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Foles. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Another nice gain. 16 yards there and a first down again.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Trying for the tight end. Ertz, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Winston and the Bucs take over now 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. The first carry here for Jacquizz Rodgers. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Nigel Bradham brings him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And this is taken in at the 5. And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2. It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. And even 50 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. On the ground, Rodgers. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Good first step there defensively, but they're still not. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Jacquizz Rodgers taking it in. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. Football going back over to Philadelphia here, and this is a team who 6 weeks ago really looked lost, but then they won 5 of their last 6 to get to the 6th and final playoff spot, and then they defeat Chicago on the road.
Yeah, Nick Foles, he did it again, didn't he? Who would have thought that he would have to hop back in as he did last season, help carry this team not just to the playoffs, but get a win in the first round in Chicago in a cold weather game? How about Nick Foles? He just keeps doing it. Now they've got to go to New Orleans and take on the #1 seeded New Orleans Saints.
And only 2 number 6 seeds have ever won the Super Bowl. Steelers in 2005 and the Packers in 2010. They're trying to become number 3. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. They'll roll him out right. Now he's going to throw it back deep. He's got a man. Complete. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside. And he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Now Foles. Got a man open. It's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Ertz from 10 yards out. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Elliott good with a PAT. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are coming off successive 5-11 seasons. That got Dirk Cutter fired. This is a team, Charles, that has not won a playoff game since winning Super Bowl 37. You know, earlier you talked about Jameis Winston needing to cut down on the interceptions. What else needs to happen in Tampa?
They've got to fix the defense. Dirk Cutter led the offense, and they put up big numbers. But defensively, they've been abysmal for the last few seasons. They ended up letting their defensive coordinator go during the year last year, but never could make enough plays to give them a chance to win a few more ball games. A new head coach will come in, and I think that'll be his first move, trying to find a way to get the defense back on track.
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Let's convert.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. He hits Rodgers in the flat. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up 4th. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
They're indeed going. It's Winston. And it is incomplete. Nigel Bradham, the linebacker, right there on the coverage. So, Charles, why in the world do you take that risk there?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense on the surface. But I've been around enough of these coaches and enough of these meetings along the way. Sometimes they're so confident in a play call that they don't care about the situation. They think that that play, at that time, they're going to run it and pick up whatever they need. So maybe that's what influenced him there. I'm guessing because I have no other explanation.
Yeah, that's tough. Own side of the field, that chunk of yardage to pick up. Head scratcher. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. In on the stop, Vernon Hargreaves. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. He'll look to throw. And Jeffrey's got it. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Hey, Silver.
They'll try and run it now with Sproles. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll go to Adams, try to pound it in. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They'll set up to throw. Goes underneath for Sproles. They'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down. And if you're going to pass down here, you better get that in the end zone.
I agree with you totally, and as we both know, the field's already condensed. There's just not a lot of space, so you've got to create some by getting some people downfield into the end zone. If you want to throw it short, you've got to have some movement, some room in order to do that. That one didn't work.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3. But this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Ready? Blue way. Easy.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. He'll hit Jackson complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Ready. Move ready.
2nd down, Winston. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Ready. Move ready. Easy. Green, trouble C. Hey, sub. Sonny. Ready, we go.
Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. Eluding the pressure right. Right side caught by Jackson. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Ready. White 25.
From the gun, Winston. Over the middle, Rodgers has it. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Winston of the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Working out of the gun, Winston. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Jameis to throw it. His throw caught at about the 5. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Deshaun Jackson, 31 yards. And the Bucs are able to strike for 6. And that makes it 14-10. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll set up a throw. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. Going to look deep for Jeffrey. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. The Eagles send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Jackson now to return. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Try to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flush to his right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brent Grimes. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Rolling to his left. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Well, while we have a second, let's look ahead of the divisional round of the AFC. Of course, Indianapolis and Kansas City kicking things off. And, Charles, the Colts 4-0 all-time versus KC in the playoffs. They're becoming a pretty trendy pick.
They really are, and a lot of it is because of the strength of their offensive and defensive lines, not to mention how Andrew Luck is playing in his comeback season here in 2018. But Kansas City, the #1 seed, they're seeking to break that trend of losing games in the playoffs at home that they shouldn't. This is another opportunity with Patrick Mahomes leading the way.
Speaking of losing games in the playoffs, Phillip Rivers and the Chargers 0-7, including the playoffs against New England with Tom Brady at quarterback. Can they stem the tide?
This is their opportunity. No better chance for the Chargers to get it done. As I always say to you, if not now, Chargers, when? Even though it is going to New England.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. He got 29 yards that time. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey from 19 yards away. And the Eagles are back within a score. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. Elliott now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Ready. Blue ready. White. Sonny.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now Winston, flushed out right. Wide open receiver complete. 23 yards on the play.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Finds a seam inside the 40. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, 55 yards. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Santos with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Great.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let one fly for Tate. And got his man complete. That one goes for 36 yards.
There's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. Here's Foles. Eluding the pressure right. Dances by at the 20. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey with now his second touchdown of this third quarter. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. Elliott on for the extra point. Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead is down to a field goal. Elliott now to kick this one away. Jackson now to return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10, right at the 30. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. The tackle was made by Michael Bennett.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Let's go now.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the 1st down with his legs. He is tough to bring down, Jameis Winston. Yeah, Charles, I remember calling a baseball game of his. He played baseball at Florida State, too. And you saw his legs, tree trunks sprayed in to those baseball pants. I said, how could anybody bring this guy down?
And that's part of the beauty of his game because he has that toughness, that thick body. He may not beat you sprinting, but he's real sharp with his mind, and he knows how to get away from people.
They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Winston now. It's caught. Humphries. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A Buccaneer 1st down as Winston hooks up with Humphries.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
The 1st down throw for Winston. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Nigel Bradham coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Ready.
To throw, Winston. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. Room to run inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. On 3rd down, that's Rodgers. And some space here. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Jacquizz Rodgers, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. So they went to the ground game on 3rd, hoping to pick up the 1st. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having to pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, 3rd down. They don't care that it's 3rd and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up because I haven't met an offensive lineman yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
They're going to try and run. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Steps away to his left. Now a hit, and Foles loses the football. It's out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over, but that one... That puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Ready.
Winston now after the fumble recovery. Rush coming, and he's taken down. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Ready. Blue lane.
Now Rodgers. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
In today's NFL, when you get teams in long yardage situations with your defense, you're really going to go to your speed packages. You're going to get smaller, lighter guys on the field in order to cover the expected pass. So they might want to run the ball against a smaller, lighter lineup with your big guys, and that's exactly what happened on that play. It was tough on them, and now instead of being in 3rd and very long, they ended up setting themselves up in 3rd and manageable. They've got a chance at a 1st down.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Jacquizz Rodgers taking it in from a yard out. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This is taken at his 4. Oh, heck of a move.
Man.
And they'll start in a hole here as he's brought down at the 11-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Foles. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 36 yards. Now Foles. Escaping the pressure right. A dump off to Sproles. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 2nd down. Back to throw here. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Flushed out right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right. This is caught inside the 15. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now a play fake here on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And now it's third down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be fourth and long. The critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A little juke, and he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And this one caught by Cameron Brate. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Well, clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Here's Winston, eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They'll run it now out of the gun. And now running right through it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Where's that? 53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. Where's that?
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
Hey, ready?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Jaquez Rodgers, 30 yards. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Hey, sub. Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This is taken at his 4. Solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
As they can.
That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for the Eagles. And even 50 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme air.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Lavonte David. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Philly.